Hello again and welcome back to the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation for the second half of our Arena Lacrosse League doubleheader with the Six Nations Snipers entertaining the Oshawa Outlaws. Hello and Happy New Year. I'm Lance Wynn working alongside JVI Productions. Always glad to have you with us as we wrap up week 3 in the Arena Lacrosse League. Starting goalies for today's game. For the visiting Outlaws, Ryan Shitkowski will get the call. 0-2 record, 15.50 goals against average. He is the starter, and for the nation, it'll be Jake Lazor. He comes in 0-1 with a 10.88 goals against. Head coaches for today's game for Oshawa in his fourth season as head coach and GM Steve McCarthy. He's assisted by Steve Toll. And for Whitby, Gavin Prout. For Oshawa, it's Steve McCarthy and Speed and Stevie Toll are the coaching staff. For the nation, it'll be in his second season. It'll be Darcy Palace, his assistants, Vince Longboat, Kyle Jamieson, and Nick Skye. Of course, Wade Thompson is the trainer. We'll get to our officiating crew shortly as we are set to go here. Two teams in search of their first win of the Arena Lacrosse League season, sitting at 0-2. Something has to give here as the Snipers will go to work early on. They've made some changes to their roster, some upgrades, as they've picked up the Arnold brothers, Croy and Clay, and early on Mike McLaughlin going to the sidearm, comes up clean, doesn't touch the rafters, and first offensive possession by the Snipers goes for naught. It'll be Oshawa's turn now on offense. They'll set it up with Luke Laskowicz, of course, one of the stars in the Arena Lacrosse League. Jake McNabb, a newcomer. He's been outstanding. And, of course, former MVP John St. John, the reigning MVP. And in their first possession, the Outlaws come away empty, and it'll be Vern Hill now that'll trot it over the timeline. Eyes always on 66. Very, very crafty. Henry Chapman out there as well. He gives it off, and it's Danton Miller. That shot from way out, stopped by Shitkowski, and he'll move it up on the outlet as the Outlaws have to hustle to get it over the timeline, and they do. Clofer will bounce it, looking for Josh Gilray. It's actually Simons that will pick that one up, and he'll go to work now. St. John. Back pass right down low on the crease. Big save there made by Lazor. So Lazor answering the bell early on. And now the Snipers will move it up, and it's Justin Martin. Martin does a good fake to elude a defender. He'll remain out there on offense. They'll give it up. Ty Urgent has made an impact in his first couple of games here in the Arena Lacrosse League. And, of course, Brent Longboat is the main man in the middle. Throw Thomas Riberch in there, and you got some good size. Oshawa now working on the offensive end. Stevenson will dump it off. It'll be Luke Laskowicz. Laskowicz able to shoot from all areas, all angles, and on the run, Alex Tamus in alone. Tamus goes to score. Big save by Shitkowski. Crease the call, and the outlet will get moved up. It'll be Jake McNabb now that'll settle things down. He'll get that over, and Robertson fighting for it. Snipers forced a turnover. They move up in transition. Getting it and peeling out was Clay Arnold, looking at the back door. Beauty pass and finish. How about Chayton King on the receiving end? Comes in full speed, and he opens the scoring. Snipers lead this 1-0. So a good start for the Snipers as battling for it in there is Mike Atwood, and he'll roll over McCrory, and it'll be Gage Board and the Outlaws that will go to work now on offense. 12-minute mark here, opening quarter. McNabb, half boards, right side. Looking for an opening, kicks it back out, St. John. St. John's looking for an opening, dumps it, board, shot stopped. Rebound loose in the slot, picked up and moved up. And here comes Jordan Mike. He's going to put on the brakes. He'll wait for some assistance. And he finds Danton Miller. Miller is going to work around to try to elude that a pesky defender, and they get it back on the right side. Good move, right stick side, bounce shot made, good stop. So Chayton King had to get something on target. Here come the Outlaws. Clofer. He's going to peel away. He'll give way to Jeremy McWaters, and it looks like there's going to be too many men on the floor here, and we're going to have our first penalty of this game. Jake McNabb with 11. So these guys are mainstays. First work on the power play for the Snipers. It's going to be Brett Longboat's going to quarterback this one. Big shot, stopped by Shikowski. And he's going to look for the outlet out the back door. It's John St. John, one-on-one. St. John's going to muscle his way and goes to the backhand wide of the mark. Vern Hill's going to pick up that carom, and he'll move it up the other way. Minute and a half to go in the power play. Argent up top now. Miller slid over to the left shooter. That ball will go off the boards and take a funny hop, remain in the offensive end. Argent now has a defender on him, slips it away. That underhand wide of the mark, and that goes into the crowd. No souvenirs here. Possession's going to go to the Outlaws. Gage Board. He'll drop it off, and McNabb now again over to St. John, half boards left side. .50 seconds left in the penalty. Give and go. McNabb's going to take the pass, braces himself. Two defenders. He tries to whip it quick. Shot clock down to 2, and possession's going to go to the Snipers with 41 seconds left in the power play, and that will take us to our first officials timeout. Jordan Goddard will leg this one up over the timeline with 36 seconds to go in the Six Nations power play. First power play of this game. They'll move it over. Longbow tries a sidearm, can't find anything except out of bounds. And possession now to the Outlaws. Gilray, he'll put the brakes on the half boards, and he'll roll along. Laskowicz will send it over as they try to kill the remaining 10 seconds. Jordan Robertson going through a couple defenders. Good save by Lazor. And it's picked up by Gilray, but he almost turns it over, gets bailed out there as McWaters now will settle it down with plenty of time on the shot clock. Laskowicz well outside. He'll inch his way in. They'll start things right side. Give and go. Laskowicz a chance. Tried to go short side. Lazor did a good job to close that off. But possession will stay right here with the Outlaws with 8:52 to go. St. John will swing it around. They'll go to work left side. Robertson looking for a backhand dish. Came up empty there. And Lazor will look for that back door, gets that ball up in a hurry, and it's Wes Whitlow. Whitlow will dump it off, and it'll be Danton Miller now that'll wait for the troops, and they'll go to work now right side. Whitlow looking for an opening. Miller now gets a screen, goes to the shot, right on target. Shikowski rebound. That's high and over the mark. Snipers track down that rebound, loose ball, and they get another clock. Argent looking for the flip. Tried to go across the slot, ended up picking it up, goes backhand. Miller now going to the net, switches sides, and great save made by Shikowski. And the Outlaws, a quick pass too far for Gage Board, and Lazor will handle that and move it up to Argent. 7:50 to go here in the first quarter. Second game of our doubleheader here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations Reservation of the Grand River. As Brett Longboat with a twist around, kicks it back out. Good pass, Argent fake, brings it back under, can't find an opening. Excellent defense, looking for a cutter, and an outstanding defensive hold for the Outlaws. And It looks like a bit of a mix-up. Mark DeBrone and possibly Wes Whitlow. Whitlow is already headed to the penalty box, and DeBrone will follow suit. McNabb getting pressure extended up near the center circle and around, and it's Simons that looking for the drop. Vernhill picks that off, and a good outlet, and away go the Snipers. Pierce Abrams will lean in, gets taken down, and I'm not quite sure if it being NFL Sunday, if it should get credit for that tackle or not, but I'm not quite sure there were a whole lot of options. Second power play attempt for the Snipers as they came up empty first time around. Round the horn, Argent out there at the top, interchange with Miller. Miller now will look for that pass. It's picked off, though. Good job by the Outlaws. Racing over and almost outrunning was Ryan McCrory. Instead, it's a turnover, and Snipers will corral it, get it over the timeline, set things up with 1.5 minutes to go in the penalty. 6.5 to go in the opening quarter. Argent at the top. Brett Longboat will slide down, those two on the left side. Argent now will move it back out to Riberich. Riberich, Longboat was sizing up that top corner. Rebound stopped by Shikowski as well. So up to the task, fresh clock. Longboat tees it up, stopped by Shikowski. So he's got the angles covered. And we'll have to look and see if Longboat and the rest of the long-range shooters for the Snipers can adjust their sights and change things up. McNabb got a double team on him, just under 1 minute to go in the coincidental minors. Now, I had coincidental minors, but it looks like the power play is on the side of the Snipers, so I apologize for that. McNabb will kill some time, does a good job to flip that in the corner, and now the Snipers are going to bring it back up. Clay Arnold will give it up to Vernhill. Vernhill now will slide it over, and Danton Miller. Riberich. Hill tried to slide one through, and you got to keep an eye on Vernhill. Gage Board winning the race, goes by Hill. Hill can't stay up. Gage Board tried to go low, stopped by Jake Lazor. So Lazor closed the 5-hole. It was there momentarily, but nothing doing here as the Snipers now will get over the timeline and Longboat will swing it around. Riberich. Penalty over. Teams now 5 aside. Big underhand by Jordan Goddard. Rebound corralled. And the Snipers now with a fresh clock go back to work. Longboat looking in the middle. Beauty finish. So Jordan Goddard snuck that underhand through a crowd and beat Shikowski. And it is a 2-0 lead for the Snipers. Off the draw again, it's McCrory in there. That's Pat McCrory, and he'll get it over. No chance, though, as Snipers get possession. Riberich. Got some room, goes to the underhand. Shikowski right there. And that's going to take us to our second official's timeout. Back to it as the Outlaws will go to work in the offensive end. Teams at full strength here. Give and go. St. John's pass gets knocked down and picked up. Snipers now are going to move it up. Jamie Downey gives it off. Big overhand sidearm from Kyle Isaac. Stopped by Shikowski. And now the Outlaws are going to have to hurry to get it over the timeline. They do. Ripka. He'll stay out there. Jeremy McWaters looking for some space. Gets it over to Robertson. St. John. St. John's going to look for an opening. Gets a screen on the run. That's going to be an illegal screen. Possession's going to go to the Snipers. Vernhill 3:30 to go here, opening quarter. Snipers lead this one 2-0. Two teams sitting at 0-2. Whitlow, good flip in close. Shakowski right there, but toe on the line, creased the call. Possession to the Outlaws. McWaters. Untouched, he'll get it over the timeline in plenty of time. Give it off. Robertson will tee that one up. Easy save made by Lazor. And now here come the Snipers. Tamus dumps it off. Danton Miller will peel away. Get it over, get it back, and looking down low for Argent. Argent was well covered by Josh Gilray, and now here come the Outlaws. Sear. Niall Sear making in his first season here in the Arena Lacrosse League as Simons will get it. St. John's, beauty move! John St. John, reigning MVP with a quick first step. He's on the score sheet with his first, and it's 2-1. So John St. John gives his team a bit of a lift there as he cuts the deficit in half. And it's Archie now that'll race over the timeline, and unfortunately they cough it up. Vern Hill will move it on up to Isaacs. Swinging around right side, Whitlow. Looking for an opening, good fake, curls around. He's got Nick Andrioli all over him. Tried the underhand, ill-advised, goes off the defender, stays right here. Possession to the Outlaws. Riberich, way outside. He's going to inch his way in. Hit it the dotted circle. Down low, and Argent from the carpet. And that pass picked off. So a good anticipation by Andrioli. As now he's going to look, gets it over to St. John. St. John on the fly, has a trailer. Laskowitz puts on the brakes. Can't find an opening. Excellent defense by Clay Arnold. And we're in the 1:15 mark here, the first. St. John, Laskowitz, two-man game. St. John down low to McNulty. McNulty, St. John. St. John, good skip past McNabb. Quick stick finish. So McNabb, St. John to McNabb to McNulty. And once again, that's one heck of a McFinish as we're all tied 2-2. The men in stripes here as St. John tees it up. Long shot, stopped by Lazor, picks up the rebound, but laying in the crease was Laskowitz. Now, he wasn't laying there on his own. Apparently, he got some help. Cuts through the middle, dances his way out. 30 seconds to go, tees up the underhand, wide of the mark. McNabb will get to Karam. No reset on the play. Does a good job to elude a stick check, and it's McNulty. Half boards left side. 20 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. McNabb spins around, looks for an opening. That's going to be a Gilroy screen. That is not the right way to do it. And Snipers now one-on-one, tiptoeing, good move from Goddard. Goddard taking it in, stopped by Shakowski. Rebound, picked up. Miller wide open. They go low now with dying seconds. Quick shot, can't get one off. And it's Sear mixing it up with King, and after 15 minutes of entertaining lacrosse, we're all tied at 2. As we get set for quarter number 2, the Snipers are going to be short on a too many men call, and how about the effort there by Mike Atwood? One-man wrecking crew won the draw, picked it up, and then calmly gave it back to Andreoli and the Outlaws as they'll go to work with plenty of time on their first power play of this game. John St. John. Both teams struggling a bit. Power play percentage for the Outlaws is near 1,000, but unfortunately they just haven't had very many. Laskowicz down low behind the net, diving attempt. It's wide of the mark. Picked up, got to hurry. Shot clock winding down to 2. St. John will get it, flip it back the other way. And the Snipers now will get possession, 1:14 in the man short. Mike McLaughlin will race over the timeline. He's got Sear on him, and he'll flip it up and over. Isaacs, he's going to try to kill some more clock here. With under a minute to go, he'll roll that down. That'll be a violation. And the Outlaws now won't have to worry about getting it over the timeline. It'll be deep in the Snipers' offensive end. Laskowicz now out there with St. John. McNabb, McNulty. And all you need is McWaters out there. And Laskowicz, which the underhand. Lazor made that one look easy. And then a beauty pass on the money. Good defense, though, as DeBrone, and I'm not quite sure the call on this one. I guess it could be a charging call, a legal cross-check. The call is, I know we saddle Mark DeBrone with a whole lot. On that case, though, that's a tough one to swallow. Either way, going to have to swallow it, as the Snipers now are 22 seconds away from going on their third power play of this game. 4-on-4 here for 20 more seconds. Longboat looking for it, dumps it off. Argent takes it in and squeaks one in. So Ty Argent took a good feed from Brett Longboat and slipped it by Shakowski for a 3-2 Six Nations lead. Mike Atwood again dominant in that circle as he gets it back. And it's Tamas. Tamas does a good job, spins off McCurry, flips it back up, and they'll swing it around left side. Penalty over for the Nation now they've got a power play for a minute and a half. That pass, Argent not able to track it down. Here come the Outlaws. They've got numbers, 3-on-1. Andreoli in there, board. Bounce shot, and it's stopped by Lazor. And he will send the outlet away, and here comes Arnold. Clay dumps it down low, and a late hit. Says it was tipped, and they're going to confer. So Furman and Zeelenberg have agreed on the call. Possession's going to go to the Outlaws. They've got it with 12:30 to go here in the second. 3-2 Sniper lead. St. John will wait, loft one up, and it'll be Robertson that'll give it back. St. John will look at the double team, sizes that up, looks to get out of there, and he goes hard to the net. St. John tried to tuck it in the far corner, stop. So through the crease, possession to the Snipers, and they've got 47 seconds to work with here with a man advantage. 0 for 2 on the power play here in this game. Whitlow out there. Longboat goes to the bounce, a little too much bounce on it. Good job to track that down by Argent. He'll swing it over. Longboat will tee it up one more time. This time Shakowski, good shoulder save. Off a bullet, will keep the possession right here in this end. You can tell Longboat looking for that ball, feeling it, gets it back over, teed that up, and a hard bullet from Chayton King stopped. Ball loose now, picked up by the Outlaws, and they'll have to move it up on a hit that will definitely cost the Snipers a penalty. Sear will pull it out. And net empty at the other end as the Outlaws try to capitalize here. Under 10 on the shot clock. Laskowicz, McNulty, and so as we get set to resume here at the 11:08 mark, Snipers with the ball, and they'll kick start. Teams are 5 aside. That shot tried to get it through a crowd, did Goddard. Not able to, and it's Gage Board. Good pass. Board taking it strong. Goes low. Good save by Lazor. McWaters battling for it. Good job to knock it away, but a better job. Gage Board. Excellent work. McWaters trying to follow that up, and the Outlaws all over the Snipers in their end. Vern Hill, who else? Master Thief with the interception as he'll trot over the timeline and wait for some assistance. 66 called on to do a few more things this year with the change in the roster as he puts on the brake, switch hand, comes back around on the right side. He'll get it back out to the top. They'll swing it around. Longbow tees it up, stopped by Shikowski. And Shikowski with a beauty outlet again to McCrory on the run. McCrory's bounce stopped at that end by Lazor. Back the other way, Chapman. He's going to hold it up, wait for some offensive help, and it's going to be Danton Miller that will do a loop and a flip to Whitlow. Miller. He's getting hounded. Swing it back left side. Too much going on in there as it looks like Whitlow and DeBrone. .9:44 to go here, second quarter. It's a 1-goal lead for the Snipers over the Outlaws. Give and go, and it's a beauty and a better finish. So how about the feed from the corner from McNabb? Jordan Robertson with his first of this game has tied the score at 3, and Chapman will race over the timeline and he'll pull things out. Of course, Chapman, American-born. His specialty is field lacrosse, and same can be said from his American counterpart, C.J. Fleming, that suits up for the Steelhawks. And we here at the Arena Lacrosse League are thrilled to have some American content here, and guys looking to convert from the field game to the box game. John St. John will send it over. McNabb with a big overhand. Lazor handled that no problem, and he's looking to air it out as usual, and he does. Tough hop, though. Tamas outplayed. Good job there by Andrioli, and Andrioli's pass a bit errant, and the two tangled up way back in the other end. In the meantime, between time, Strocher and St. John going to work on offense. Laskowitz hasn't been able to get off that big shot too much here in the early going of this game. St. John behind in that beauty. Had Gilray on the cut, weren't able to connect, and it's Vern Hill. Vern Hill always looks like he's in cruise mode. Dumps it off. Good pass there. Looking for Longboat. Longboat can't handle the initial pass. DeBrone battling in there hard, and DeBrone, as usual, exceptionally aggressive, will look to find himself back in the box. Not the case as play is rolling on. Laskowitz, half boards, right side. Makes a turn, and not sure his pass out of the pocket for sure, and possession call will keep it right here with the Outlaws. 7:46 to go. Robertson will kick it back out, and McNabb will swing it around to Laskowicz deep down in the right corner. Laskowicz had that taken off him. Bodies falling in the dotted circle. Chapman now uses his speed, picks up that ball, and the Snipers now need to attack. 3-on-3. Chapman will dump it over. And they swing it across, but Croy Arnold handcuffed on that pass, bailed out, picked up, quick pass, and it's Danton Miller. So Danton Miller on the scorecard with his first of the game, and it's a 4-3 lead. Had a severe pull or strain or anything along those lines, so glad to see him limping off on his own power. He's still on the Oshawa bench, but I expect he will make his way to the training room for, at the very least, an examination. Mike McLaughlin now will send it on over, and it will be Tamus that will look for the pass, and trying to slide one in there was Kyle Isaacs, and possession will stay right here with the Snipers, 6:40 to go. Goddard will swing it over. Arjun will tee it up, and Shakowski there to make the save. And the Outlaws now will race over the timeline. Henry Archie, newcomer to the Arena Lacrosse League in his first season in the All. He'll give way, and it'll be Simons now that will swing it around. Laskowicz out of his usual spot, usually in the shooter spot, teed that up, did Simons off the post. Good hands by McNabb to keep it in the offensive end. Laskowicz now, fresh clock, he will reset with McNabb. Quick swing over left side, Robertson dancing, weaving in and out. Crashes on the play, and that ball loose, and tricky Vern Hill, he's going to use the one hand, he's going to go in all alone. 66. Goes to the far side, Vern Hill pockets it. It's 5-3 Nation. If you haven't seen these Snipers play and haven't seen Vern Hill play, the word crafty always comes to mind, as the Outlaws now with 5:38 to go, trailing by 2, get it back deep in the offensive end. McNulty out there to St. John. St. John had a breather last offensive set. Now he's back out there swinging around McWaters. They get it to McNabb. McNabb with a big hard shot. That's knocked down. Good job there defensively by Justin Martin, and he's staying with him. On him tight, on McNabb. Two defenders switch off, kick it back out. Gilray shot wide of the mark. That's going to go the distance. That's going to be a possession change, and it'll be the Nation now with the ball with 5:07 to go. Jayton King will send it over to the left side. That will go awry and remain in the crease, picked up by Shakowski, and he moves it up to Sear. Sears got bored. He goes to the underhand. Lazor stopped that. He'll send away and move it up to Tamus. Tamus will wait for assistance. He's got some in Danton Miller. Danton Miller's got someone on him. Rolls off McCrory. Takes another high check. Still fighting for it. Has the ball. Lost it. Goes into the crease. Picked up now. And Shakowski with a good outlet to Archie, who can't handle it. Instead, it's turned right back over to the Nation. Jayton King. He'll go back door. Arjun. Good hands to catch that high pass. He'll send it, and Vern Hill will shovel it over to the next side. And it looks like there's going to be another penalty. Jayton King's going to get caught on the retaliation. And he's at the very least going to be in there for a couple of minutes. you look at the Arena Lacrosse League, and if you look at the stats, and stats, again, can be misleading at times, but they do tell a story, and the power play efficiency of a majority of the teams in the league is over 70%. And you give teams a chance on the power play, they're going to hurt you. And unfortunately, undisciplined there with a 2-goal lead and 4 minutes to play in the first half. The Outlaws now will go to work on the power play, just their second, but it's a major one. Laskowicz at the top, out there with St. John, and McNulty on the left side. On the right side and behind the net is McNabb at the shooter. Laskowicz fakes it, ducks in, goes to the far side. Good save by Lazor. Loose ball picked up. It's McLaughlin. 2-on-1. McLaughlin. Good shot there by Justin Martin, but Shakowski had that covered, and away come the Outlaws. Simon's out there with McNabb on that right side, and St. John does a good job, gets it backhand, kick back out. McNabb teed that up, couldn't find the mark, and who else but 66? And he'll put it in cruise mode till the back door opens up, wrong side. Whitlow gives it up, dumps it back, go to the far corner, good save by Shakowski. Excellent play there to stop a shorty from finding the back of the net, as Laskowicz now on offense will set things up with 2:45 to go. 3:35 left in a man advantage. Same unit out there with St. John, McNulty on that left side. Laskowicz at the top. They've interchanged down low as McNabb will look to go to the backhand, a good one. Josh Gilray will fill that void down there, right crease, kicks it back out, wide open. Laskowicz will stroll in, tried to tuck it in softly, couldn't get it through. St. John, point blank, backhand wide. Had McNulty standing on the doorstep, and Lazor will air it out the length of the carpet. Tamus, Argent shot, stopped by Shakowski. Archie's going to run that down, and he's going to move it up to Gage Board. Board, St. John, fake, trailer. Point blank, McNabb cannot beat Lazor as that goes off a pad out of play. Possession remains here with 1:55 to go, and we're going to get a timeout by the Outlaws. $1:55 to go, 2:49 left in the 5-minute major. And the Outlaws trying to cut into this 2-goal deficit. St. John slid down to the left crease. McNulty up to the shooter. He'll interchange the top. Laskowicz flip. McNulty give and go. Gilray bounce. Too much bounce on the bounce shot. And that will stay in play. Good hustle, as you can see. Justin Martin's been all over the cover. Gets to Vern Hill. Vern Hill tries to go 5-hole, stop by Shakowski. And he'll move it up to Sear. Vern Hill likes that tricky quick release. Sometimes, though, you need to add a fake to that and keep the goalie guessing. St. John, the 1:10 to go here. Just over 2 minutes left in a man advantage. If they don't score, they'll take that into the third quarter. McNulty dumps it. McNabb from point blank, finally. Jake McNabb with his first of the game. One more time off the draw. Who else? Dominant in a circle. Mike Atwood loses it. Rolls on a stick. Outlaws come back with numbers, 2-on-1. Laskowicz goes to the corner. We're all tied, 5-5. So the 5-minute major has been nullified with the 2 goals. Player, of course, has to remain in the box for the entire 5. We're down to 40 seconds to go here in the half. Moving it up. Snipers. Out. Beautiful finish from the big man. Brett Longboat came flying out of the back door, took a sweet pass, and buried it. It's 6-5 Snipers. 34.3 seconds on the clock here. And right off the draw, Snipers had a chance at it. Stevenson, though, had it momentarily. And I'm not sure what the call is. So it looks like Oshawa has called a timeout, and they were granted that timeout with 27.1 seconds. The Outlaws will take possession here. Final possession of the half. McNulty out there with St. John, Laskowitz, Robertson, McWaters, and we'll do a check over there, and looks like Gilray. Net empty. Time ticking down to 10 seconds on the game clock. Here they go, going to work. Last chance here. Laskowitz tees it up, dumps it. St. John's quick stick, can't find the mark, gets it back, has a chance out in front. Oh, wide open was Robertson, and he missed the cage. All ready to rock and roll here for quarter number 3. We are, of course, at the ILA. It's the Snipers and the Outlaws. Two teams in search of their first win of the season, and off the opening face-off for quarter number 3. It'll be Gage Board to set things up in the offensive end. Gets it over to Simons, and he'll work the half boards on the right side. One-on-one. Bounces in, kicks it back out. They'll swing it around. John St. John looking for an opening, finds McNabb. McNabb goes to a hard underhand, went off the leg of Atwood. And it looks like the Nation will spend another couple minutes in the penalty box, and it could be Alex Tamis. So Tamis will allow the Outlaws to go on their third power play this game. They're 1 for 2. And Laskowitz will be the quarterback out there. St. John McNulty on the left side. McNabb here on the right shooter, and that comes around right, almost picked off. And 10 on the shot clock now. So everyone got a touch. Laskowitz let it go. Rebound on the doorstep. McNulty creased the call. And the outlet to Lazor. Picked off, though, by Laskowitz. Burnhill almost hockeyed that away, and it's McNabb. He'll put on the brakes, and Laskowitz now will inch his way in. Good no look. St. John stopped from point blank by Lazor. Fresh clock for the Outlaws. Just over a minute. Laskowitz sidearm, steered aside by Lazor. Fresh clock, St. John. Laskowitz, a shooting gallery ensues, and only a matter of time as Luke Laskowitz with his second of the game. Back to the circle, McCreary and Atwood. And off the draw, plenty of chopping going on. Gage Board comes away with it, wrong stick side. He'll peel out, get it to McNabb. McNabb will wait and set things up. Outlaws being a little more deliberate here to open up this third quarter. McNabb can't get that shot off. Swings it around to St. John, who works the left side. Robertson looking to turn the corner. Leaves that stick hanging out. Gets it knocked down by McLaughlin. McNabb had a chance to, at the very least, hit the net. Instead, got to play it where it lies, and it's Tamis all the way down. Bounce shot stopped by Shikowski. So Alex Tamis had a breakaway opportunity, a chance to snap this 6-6 tie, but not able to beat Shikowski. Simons with a fake. Laskowitz leaving that stick dangling out there. Has it knocked away. Ball scooped up by McWaters. McWaters now will duck in. Get it to Laskowitz. Under 10 on the shot clock. He's going to take it hard to the net. Gets away with the push off. Back out high. Bounce shot right on target by Robertson. Stopped by Lazor. Possession to the Nation. Jordan Mike will flip, and Danton Miller now will work that corner. They'll get it back out to the top. Whitlow sizing it up, goes to the swim, does the flip. Good idea. Abrams! So Pierce Abrams from point blank in the slot, picks up his first of the game. So a big goal from their big man, Abrams, gives the Nation that 1-goal lead. Six Nations has not trailed in this game. They've led the entire time back and forth. It's been tied. Outlaws with some good defense. That's a battle going in there. Bodies moving around. That's scooped up. Good job and excellent hustle. How about that yeoman's work from Chayton King? Off the draw, Outlaws. It's Gage Board now. Nation with a little bit of momentum here. Outlaws going to have to try to find a way to put a halt to the roll. McNulty takes a check, bounces off, gets it over. Robertson goes back to the bounce shot. Lazora will steer that up and into the off the mesh, and possession will remain here. Fresh clock for the Outlaws. St. John does a good job to play the carom. Pressure out there from Tamus. Takes a screen, dumped down low, and ran into a wall. So some good hard lacrosse playing right there. Everything legal, and how about Gage Board? Living on the doorstep with the finish. 8-7. No knock on either of these goaltenders. They've both been outstanding here today, but when you give guys the opportunity right on the crease, you really put your goaltender at a disadvantage, and there's not a whole lot he can do. Laskowicz, half boards, right side. He's going to look for an opening. Gets a screen. Chapman on him. They'll move it around to the left side in St. John. St. John looking for a screen. Gets it back. Flip back. Sidearm by Robertson. And it's going to be a race for it. Abrams and Laskowicz. That'll be a violation. And possession will go to the Nation. 10:28 to go. As pocket pick, Laskowicz on the way by, picks a pocket, and it's picked up by Gilray. Gilray will slow things down and wait for the rest of the offensive unit, as St. John's got Chapman on him. McNabb trying to tee that one up on the underhand. Might have been better to go with an overhand in that case. Gets it back. Good pass looking for McNulty. Little too much juice on that. And that will take us to our officials' timeout. Just when you thought the Snipers were going to put together a bit of a run, it gets halted. And I tell you, Gage Board has put together a fine outing here at the ILA as that ball gets knocked away, and here come the Outlaws now. Feeling a little momentum here. 9-minute mark, all tied at 8. Robertson will peel out of that one, get it over to Laskowicz. Laskowicz will look for an opening. That closed up quick. He's got Tamus all over him. On the interchange, Laskowicz will go slide half boards, and Simons will work his way through. McNulty, two-man game. Laskowicz off the post. Boy, he's got a bullet from everywhere, and hence the reason you can see he's a marked man. Down low, McNulty tried to dive and tuck it top corner. Laskowicz doing a good job to hang on to a defender, and the Outlaws now come away with it and a fresh clock. St. John dumps it off. Laskowicz underhand on the money. So one of the league's leading scorers last year's got his third of the game this time around. And the Outlaws with their first lead of this game, 9-8. First lead by the Outlaws here. And off the jaw, good job by Argent. He comes away with it. He's got DeBrone, and DeBrone is always a little extra as Whitlow laying on the carpet. And once again, I would assume that number 9 will be headed to the penalty box. Snipers now will get set for their fourth power play. They are 2 for 3 coming in here. And they'll work it around the horn. Whitlow will be the quarterback. And he'll size things up. They'll get it back around the horn. And you can see Miller and coming out and making an outstanding save. That was Chayton King opportunity. He's working in Gretzky's office. Gets it out. Dan Miller looking for that short side top corner. Shakowski up to the task. One more time. King tries to bounce it off Shakowski's back and in. Shakowski with a good flex caused the care. Whitlow, good fake, ducks in, hesitation, tries to get it off, has it knocked down. McCrory fighting for it over there, loose in the corner, does a good job to send it up and out of the defensive end. Lazor now will have to hurry with 5 on the shot clock, and it's a bullet. Goes the length. Argent tried to get it over, and they just ran out of time with 1:04 left in the penalty. The other McCrory, Patrick, will get it up, and it'll be Gilray. That'll dump it down low. McNabb. .40 seconds left in the penalty. Laskowicz had a step, pulled back, went back to the underhand. Lazor right there. And a good bounce pass to 66 Vern Hill. He'll hit Chapman on the fly. 2-on-1. Chapman keeping himself bounce shot. Stopped though by Shakowski as Chapman still in search of his first ALL goal. Sear will bring it over the timeline. Hill will harass him. Good pass. McNulty had a notion, pulled it back out, got it back to McNabb. Over to St. John. Sear's going to find his way to the bench. Under 10 on the shot clock. We're at the 6-minute mark here, the third. McNabb from way out as he's got McLaughlin on him. St. John does a good job. Almost eludes 2 defenders. Tries to split him, loses it. And Lazor now will move it up. McLaughlin. He'll wait for some numbers here as he gets it to Longboat. Longboat lost it. Has to battle back, has to battle for it now, and the Outlaws come away with it. Board. Outlaws with a 1-goal lead here. Board. The reason why. He dumps it off, and it'll be McWaters in the corner. Kicks it back out. Laskowicz swing around left side. Robertson, good spin. Dumps back out. Passes errant. Snipers now will pick it up and flip it up. Not sure who that's going to go to, but Shakowski's going to gobble that up off the carpet, and he's going to send it the other way, and possession's going to go the same way, although I wouldn't exactly give him an Academy Award, but certainly a nomination for that flop, and possession will head in the right direction with the Outlaws. Simons will dump it down low to McWaters. St. John. Good dump pass down low. And I tell you, Gage Board teed that up from close. And he has been the difference here with his third of the game. So the Outlaws have found their legs here in this third quarter as Chapman will turn it around. Got the speed to go hard. Pulls back out. Hits the trailer, and Whitlow, good fake, in tight, Wes Whitlow. And they're going to call no goal as it's going to be a penalty called on the play. And I believe it was blown down for a crease violation. And the Snipers, though, will go back to work with a man advantage. Snipers now with Miller, the quarterback, this time around, out there with Whitlow, Argent, Longboat. And they'll swing it around. Whitlow tucking that. Argent is going to creep around, fake that. Skip pass, back, and almost the tic-tac-toe finish. Argent does a good job to scoop that up. Fresh clock for the nation. Minute 35 to go in the penalty. And things getting a little chippy here. So it looks like it's going to be Argent, the guilty party. And it looks like a little extra on Mark DeBrone, and it seems like whenever anything goes down, number 9 seems to be somewhere in the vicinity. And with 4:11 to go here, the power play nullified, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 29 seconds will be the power play time for the Outlaws. St. John will set things up here with, as we mosey on into the 4-minute mark here in the third. McNabb goes to the overhand, wide of the mark. Someone's been listening as the suggested overhand, the shot of choice for McNabb. Sidearm doesn't seem to be working. Nation bringing up over the line. Isaacs out there with Riberich. Working with Danton Miller. Big underhand wide of the mark by Goddard. That's going to go over the line, and that'll be a violation, possession to the Outlaws. Oshawa will go to the power play in 56 seconds. In the meantime, between time, 4-on-4 here with Simons. Getting a step, has a good one. Late stick check, Vern Hill. Gets it done, and he'll loft the beauty outlet pass. Justin Martin on the fly. Chayton King stopped by Shakowski. Good pressure there. Gonna have to hurry, in some trouble, picked off. And possession to Snipers. They'll work it back down. Good fake, backhand try, stopped by Shakowski. Picked up by Vern Hill. Vern Hill, no look pass. Whitlow tried the wraparound. Crease violation. Outlaws. Boogie it the other way. Shakowski up to Laskowitz. And he'll take a breath here and hold things up. 10 seconds to go on a penalty. McNabb. Oshawa will pull their goalie for the extra attacker as the penalty is now over. Power play for the Outlaws. St. John. Laskowitz tees it up. Luke Laskowitz has the Midas touch here, his 4th of the game. Back to action as Atwood will win that draw. He'll pick it up, bounce off Robertson, and flip it off to Vern Hill. So both these two teams have established that they really don't like each other. And things getting a wee chippy. Vern Hill sends that over right side. Whitlow works his way in. Good duck in. Goes to the bounce. That goes off the screen. Possession will go the other way to the Outlaws. Into our final minute here of the third. Good stick check there. Vern Hill came over for the tandem, and that's 8 seconds. Good play there by the Snipers. They'll look to advance it in a hurry. Vern Hill had it momentarily. Now he's going to have to work here as he spins into the boards. Laskowitz on him, muscles him off the ball, and it's McNabb that'll get it up and away. Laskowitz will get it back, goes off the head of his stick and out of play. So with 42 seconds, here come the Snipers with a chance here to cut into this 4-goal deficit. It's been Luke Laskowitz and Gage Board that have given the Outlaws the jolt they need. Riberich trying to muscle his way in, goes to the flip. 10 on the shot clock. Miller still working. Couldn't get one off as he gets double teamed. Shot clock at 2. Shot from way out by King. Stopped by Shikowski. Under 10 on the game clock. Oshawa with a last rush here. They're going to get it back up. It's Rybka. He's going to give way. Going to have to hurry. Long shot from Gilray, and there's going to be a too many men call on the Outlaws as we wrap up the third quarter. All locked and loaded as we get set for the final 15 minutes here at the ILA. Lance Wynn alongside JVI Productions. Like to send a congratulatory note to Canada's junior men's hockey team coming away with the gold medal with a 1-goal win over Russia in the World Championship. So as always, go Canada, go. And here we are back at it. Nation, Danton Miller's shot stopped by Shikowski, who has been outstanding in this game here. As a fresh clock now for the Snipers. Whitlow and Danton Miller under no circumstance is that a legal screen. And here come the Outlaws, and it's Board. Out the back door. McNabb tried to go in out on the switch. Instead came up empty. And it'll be McLaughlin that will move it up to Vern Hill. 12-8. Outlaws lead. Both teams sitting at 0-2 here in the early season. This will put the wrap on week 3 in the Arena Lacrosse League. Whitlow. Hill. No look. Pass goes off the board. Good recovery. 10 on the shot clock. Another skip pass. King looking for that far corner. Can't. Rebound again. Got to hurry. Underhand rocket. And calling for a late hit on Vern Hill as we're surprised to see Mark DeBrone somewhere in the vicinity. As the favor gets returned this time, though, DeBrone has drawn a penalty, and the Outlaws now will go back to work on the power play once the Snipers are able to get possession. St. John. Two-man game with Laskowitz, working around down to Robertson. St. John, good skip pass and aired that quick stick out. Did Gilray. And it's going to be a penalty, and hustling his way off is Jamie Downey. Luke Laskowitz will jump start this here as he's going to wait out this final 10 seconds. And allow his team the extra man. Outlaws have 3 power play goals here in this game. St. John, 10 on the shot clock. Laskowitz tees it up right on the logo. Lazora's going to let it ride. Finds McLaughlin, almost had that. And it'll go netminder to netminder. Vern Hill reaching up, almost scooped that up. St. John going hard, dumps it down low, had that picked off, and moving it up back the other way, Justin Martin. He's going to put on the brakes. Minute 15 to go in the penalty, and it's going to be a too many men call. So once again, the Snipers not doing themselves any favors as they get caught with too many men on the carpet, and it'll be a 5-on-3. You see the security blanket engage board at the midway point, and it'll be St. John Laskowitz out there work with McNulty and Gilray. Plenty of time. 10 on the shot clock. St. John's going to have to let it go. Goes off a leg and out of play. Going to be a fresh clock for the Outlaws. St. John has an opening. Kicks it back out. Laskowitz will tee it up. That one's blocked. And ball loose. Good hustle by King. That's Tamus. Racing down. Quick shot looking for the top corner. Couldn't get it. That's going to allow the Outlaws to bring it back the other way with numbers. Ribka going to flip it off St. John. And they're going to be a little more deliberate with 11:40 to go here in the fourth. And the Outlaws will call timeout. Important here that the Snipers show a little bit of fight as Atwood does a good job as usual in the circle, but with no assistance, it's going to be Gage Board that's going to come away with it, and he'll move it up over the timeline with 10:45 to go. Gilray out of the back door, think better of it. He'll stay well on those half boards before bringing it up to the top. Laskowitz has some room, has that one blocked by Pierce Abrams, and it's touched and will remain possession to the Outlaws. Robertson will swing it around. McNulty being marked tightly as Laskowitz had Gilray, didn't have a chance, and Chapman, if he'd put on the Jets, he could get there, and he will curl out. Has Sear on him. Looking for some assistance, gets it from Whitlow. West with a backhand pass for King, does a good job to track it down. And he'll look to potentially turn that corner. Comes in, Vern Hill, quick underhand, stopped by Shikowski. Ball loose in the slot. Whitlow does a good job to flick it over to King. They get it in the middle, and Tamus taken down, but a good check. And again, Tamus point blank. So how about the feed from Vern Hill from the corner? Caught Shikowski out of position. And finally, off that number 8, 9th goal of the game for the Snipers. Alec Tamus with his first goal of the game. Of course, Tamus came over from the St. Catharines Shockwave. And as you can, Mike Atwood tracks down that ball and has it knocked out of his stick, loose behind that net. Atwood's going to try to bull his way through. Possession's going to go to the Outlaws with 9:22 to go. They hustle it up, get it over the timeline board. Hits McCreary. McCreary in a corner. So transition goal for the Outlaws, and Pat McCreary, his first of the game. My bad, that's Ryan McCreary, his first of the game, and again, it's that 5-goal cushion for the Outlaws. Off the draw, it's Whitlow. Whitlow will pull it back out, and Tamus will look for an opening. Big man Longboat, good save made by Shakowski. Whitlow battling for it, wins that battle, slides it back to Tamus. Tamus looking for that top corner, can't get it. Argent, kick it back out to Vern Hill. Argent looking to turn that corner back up the other way, pulls it back out, almost has that picked off. Whitlow bails him out. Shot clock winding down. They're under 10. Whitlow lets it go, but goes off a stick, and that ball will come up to Simons. Simons looking for McWaters, not able to connect, and Abrams will move it up in a hurry. Snipers will set things up here as we close in on the 8-minute mark. Fourth quarter. Swing around left side. Miller gets a screen, sheds a defender. King's going to have to hurry, gets that over. Miller's going to tee it up from well out. Shot clock violation. Possession's going to go to the Outlaws now with 7:50 to go. Josh Thompson in the lineup for the Outlaws. Did a good job to get that over the timeline. St. John, good spin around, goes to the net, just missed that top corner, and it's picked up by McLaughlin. McLaughlin puts on the speed. He's got numbers and help. Quick shot in the net, Justin Martin. The Nation showing a little fight here with 7:22 to go. And in the circle, Mike Atwood has been strong this entire game. Even when he's dominated the draw, hasn't always come away with it clean, and the Outlaws now are going to move it on up in the offensive end. Gage Board. Board has that has it knocked down by Vern Hill, picked up though by McNulty. He'll flip and head to his stick side. McNabb will tee it up underhand. Jake McNabb. Man, that kid can shoot the ball. His second of the game. So we're going to have a goaltending change for the Nation. Dylan Sprentz is going to come in to take over duties for Jake Lazor, who, despite having surrendered 15 goals, I thought did an outstanding job between the pipes based on what he was facing. The too much speed there as DeBrone going hard, forgot the ball, and the Snipers now will try to work back. Longboat has that carom go all the way around, and Longboat with his arm on the wraparound will get called for the interference. Possession to the Outlaws, and they'll make a quick pass and get it over the timeline. McWaters with 6:35 to go here, fourth quarter. He'll think better of it, get it down to St. John. St. John with a good quick spin will get it back out to Gilray. Gilray will swing it on over. And a bounce shot attempt stopped. And a good toss on the money. Up, down, and in the back of the net. Beauty play by the Six Nations Snipers as Kyle Isaac, the recipient of a beauty pass from Sprentz. If you asked if the Snipers will go quietly into the night, the answer is no. As off the draw, dump down low, Argent stopped, crease the call, and that will take us to our final officials timeout. .248 to go, and the Outlaws will rely on the sure-handed St. John to get it up and over the timeline and kickstart that Outlaws offense. We're under 2:40 here. It's a 3-goal game. Outlaws in the lead. Robertson. St. John, half boards, 10 on the shot clock. Makes a fake, goes by Vern Hill, dumps it down low. McNulty can't handle it. Running around, it's still loose. 4, it goes up into the screen. Possession the other way to the Snipers. Vern Hill's going to move it up. He's eyeing that back door as he's going to wait. And he'll get that over to Whitlow. Whitlow will dump it down. King will curl around. Those three have been very active here in this game. They get it up, and it'll be King again. Tees it up, stopped by Shakowski. Rebound on the carpet. Battle ensues in the corner. Ball loose, scooped up by the Outlaws, and Gage Board, who has won the battle of the loose balls here. And looks like a couple of interference calls there either way. Could have gone either way, I'd say. Possession will remain with the Snipers with 1:48 to go. Miller will swing it out to King. King gets a screen from Whitlow. Quick shot, stopped by Shakowski, doesn't know where it is. Board bails him out, picks it up, curls around, moves it up. McCrory, he'll get it over the timeline, look in the back door, has Laskowicz, hits the trailer in St. John. Pass well wide. Laskowicz does a good job to track it down. Takes a couple of hard hits from Martin, bounces off, keeps it, keeps control. Martin's got a hold of his shirt, or Laskowicz has a hold of him. Doesn't matter. Either way, can't get that ball. Minute 15, goes over to McNulty off the head of his stick and into the stands. Possession to the Snipers. Good job defensively. Vern Hill has to hurry here. Inching towards that final minute. Whitlow. 15 on the shot clock. Lots going on in that half-dotted circle. Down low, Brett Longboat. Vern Hill underhand. Steered aside by Shakowski, and it'll stay right here with 49.4 seconds. And Sprents has made his way to the bench. Extra attacker on for the Snipers. Longboat dumps it right down in the block area. Not able to handle that. And the Outlaws, if they can make this catch here, could seal it. They don't. That's going for the ball. Tough no call. Chapman will scoop it up with 30 seconds to go. Got to move it up. Got to hurry. King under. King. Good save by Shakowski. 20 seconds to go. Snipers again. Get it back up top. Whitlow. Lets it go. Steered aside again by Shakowski. Longboat going hard. Gets a check and squeaks it through, but they say he landed prior to that. And time runs down, and it is going to run out on the Six Nations Snipers. A very entertaining game here as the Oshawa Outlaws will come away with a 15-12 win, their first win of the season. They will improve to 1-2. The Snipers fall to 0-3. That will put the final stamp on week 3 of the Arena Lacrosse League. On behalf of JVI Productions, our president of the league, Paul St. John, I'm Lance Wynn. Thanks, and we will see you next week for more of the Arena Lacrosse League.